Hi, I'm Paul, and I've got gas. Today I'm just out here chilling with my friends, Linda and Mr. Orange. Say hello to the people, Mr. Orange. But what I'm really here to show you today is Linda. Yes, indeed. I'd like you to meet Linda. Linda is a Samick model. If you're familiar with Samick, they make many of the guitars out there that you may already own. And over the years of doing that, they have come out with their own unique models from time to time, and they're actually very, very good, many of them. You may be familiar with the Greg Bennett series, and mostly in that series, excellent guitars in my experience. This is a different series. Let me bring this in for you. This series was, well, I'll sit back here first. This series was put together by JT Ribiloff, who was with Gibson for about 20 years, head of the custom shop, for example. And when he hooked up with Samick, he made several special models like Linda here. All of them have a woman's name on the plate, and you'll see that this series has his moniker there. You can see the script, the JTR. And of course it also has the Samick logo there at the end, and then Linda on the truss rod. I believe it is a rosewood neck. This one has 24 frets. And as I bring out to the body, let me point out the wonderful features of this guitar. The first thing would be the pick guard. Now, I have a soft spot for tortoiseshell pick guards to begin with, tortoiseshell in general. This one, though, it's a 3-ply, and it has such a large bevel to it that it really pops out. It looks kind of 3D, pops out at you on what is otherwise just a mahogany slab. And the pickup, the stock pickup, just one humbucker. That's what makes this a Les Paul Jr. style. If it had 2 pickups, it would be special, but this is a junior. And it's a very good pickup, actually. Black nickel hardware. You can see that's I believe that's a Tune-o-matic or Tone Pros. Forgive me for not knowing the difference, but with the adjustable saddles. It's string through body, and not only is it angled in this direction, but if you look at it in this dimension, you'll see kind of a curve to it as well. And I really like that. It reminds me a lot of a cantilever bridge design or suspension bridge. And of course the most obvious aspect of this guitar is the single knob. And you know, I don't want to brag or anything, but I only paid like $160, $170 for this guitar. Look at the size of the diamond that came with this thing. I mean, I just stole this from Music Go Round. It's just amazing. I saw some people online, they were saying that this is just a crystal, just a cheap crystal. Jealous. Let's see the back here. Try to keep the glare off. You have a electronics cavity up here, again the string through, and the bolt-on aspect has actually 2 plates, which I myself have never seen before. Now I'm not sure if this is a straight up bolt-on neck or if it's what they call a set neck, I believe, which is where it goes through the body quite a ways, like a neck through would, but it's also bolted on. I'm not sure about that, to be honest. And to bring down to the headstock area, beautiful tuners, and they seem to work pretty well. So again, it's mahogany slab, mahogany neck, and I'm pretty sure that's rosewood. It might be, you know, Jatoba or Indian laurel, something like that. Not sure. And so today I will be playing through this Blackstar amp. This is a, let's see if I can remember, HT-5R Mark II. Very nice amp, I must say, but I can't say I'm totally familiar with it. But let's give you a sense of what the clean sound sounds like. I've been getting that rattling sound all day. I don't know if it's the speaker there or if it's something in the guitar. But oh, it's the egg shaker. That's what it is. Alright, no wonder. Alright, so let's see here. So, what do I know acoustic? Back to Rush. One of the nice things about Linda is that this single knob, I like simplicity a lot, and it has a really good curve to it. So it's not an on-off switch at all. It comes in nice and even. What happened was, I was out shopping at Music Around and I saw this hanging on the wall, and I've never liked all those knobs on a Les Paul. The 4 knobs. It's just too many. I have a hard enough time playing, if you can't tell, and to be over here and be like, I can't even imagine trying to juggle all that. So I thought, well, I need something more simple. This one jumped out at me because of the appearance, obviously. Also, I've always been a big fan of the Epiphone Les Paul specials, the Special 1 and particularly the Special 2. And the Special 2 GT is the best of the best. It's very well built and it has the kill switch, you know, that kind of thing. And those are just slabs like this. Specials have 2 pickups with Les Pauls, Juniors has 1. So when I saw this, it reminded me of those Epiphone Les Pauls. So I took a look, and of course the tortoiseshell. But then I saw the name Linda up here. And just as it turns out, my best girlfriend back in college was named Linda, so it caught my eye. So I picked it up, and here's how I evaluate a guitar neck quickly, given what I know about guitar. First of all, obviously I look for sharp frets, and there's none. It's beautiful, just perfectly fine, up and down. Then I'll try chords to see if it's hard to fret them. And on this one, it is so easy, I barely have to put any pressure at all, no matter where I am on the neck. In particular, the F, because you're so close to the nut, I like to try the F and just try to get to it quickly. See if it articulates, especially, you know, the G usually kind of gets stuck. And then I look for sliding and bending, because since I'm not a shredder, I have to try to express myself by other means. So, you know, so I check how it bends and how it slides. So, you know, just kind of. And then sliding. And this neck just fits the bill perfectly. Much better than those Epiphones. And frankly, they've come out with a Gibson Junior with the tributes, which are really, really nice guitars. Beautiful finishes on them. They have like blue stain and natural stain, red, black, transparent black. They're beautiful guitars. But I honestly feel like, I've played several of them, I feel like the neck on here is better than any of those Gibsons that I've played. And what happened was when I got this, I got so excited about the simplicity and just how easy it is to pick it up and start rocking. And to give you an idea what I mean by that, let's see if I can figure out how this amp works. So they're just so easy to pick up and start playing. You're not sitting there fiddling around with this and flipping switches and everything. I was so enthralled with this that I went out and I ordered a Hamer XT special, which has the P90s in it. Basically a lot like this, and it also had a beautiful, beautiful neck. I'll show you someday. Much better than, well, better. Much better. Sorry, Gibson. I love you, but much better than the Tribute series that I've seen lately. The Tribute series is the one with the pick guard, the long pick guard, so that they can route it in the front. There's no routing on the back, so that they have the electronics up there like on a strap, and that's how they cut costs. They're beautiful guitars. I highly recommend those Gibson Tributes, but you might have to do a little bit of, you might have to do some work on the neck. But this thing just beautiful from the very beginning. Gotta have some reverb for that. That's it, something like that. Remember a flock of seagulls. A little less reverb. So I really, really like this guitar. It is so simple, it plays so beautifully, it just feels so smooth when you're sliding or bending. And the song, I've done this on another video, but the song I always test the slides on will be La Vela Strangiato. If I can do it right. Something ethereal about that part of that song. So I have to tell you, if you happen to see a Samick Linda from the JT-R series, JT Ribiloff series, I highly recommend that you just buy it, take it home, and then maybe a couple hours later you can think about it. Just buy the thing. Just get it in your possession and hold her and love her and squeeze her. And this is a great, great guitar. I'm telling you, it's just... Of course, I don't know. You can do that. Points if you know that song. That's from Petra, Christian rock band. If I can plug it. What the hell is that? That's it. Kind of reminds me of I don't know how to play anything anymore. Isn't that a nice amp? I must say. But this guitar is just spectacular. So if you have a chance to get one, I definitely highly recommend it. Again, there are others in the series. There are others in the JTR series. I think the one's called Marie, maybe, and one called Rose Ann. They're very unique. You know, this doesn't look like a typical Les Paul Jr. other than the shape. The string through, the single knob, the diamond. Still can't believe I got away with that. And you know, tortoiseshell pickguard. I guess pickguards change a bit on the juniors, but this really is an interesting take on the Les Paul Jr. Let's see if we're still in tune after that bending and everything. What can I say? That's beautiful. It's still in tune. Anyway, very fun guitar to play, so I just wanted to introduce you to Linda, and for that matter, I have to give props to this Blackstar HT-20R, I believe it is, Mark II. And you know, an interesting thing I found with this, there's a lot going on in the back here. It has USB out, even though it's a tube amp, it has USB out for direct recording, and apparently it sounds as good as this amp, and this amp sounds great. And you can crank it up quite a bit, if I dare. I didn't do it. They don't believe me. Alright, well I better keep the sound down here. I only get a limited amount of time in this room. Samick Linda, if you can get it, get it. Alright? Thank you so much for watching.